Hi there, Pallies. This is SSVM News, and today we will be introducing a new segment called Depression Design. We will be talking about how the Great Depression has an effect on design in fashion, architecture, and automobiles. The economic disaster currently taking place is affecting people's ways of life across America. The many people losing their jobs and going through pay cuts is affecting how much money citizens have to spend, which is affecting how architecture and automobiles are made and how clothes and cars look. This economic depression is not only affecting how we are living and acting, but it's changing the way we look too. First, we will take a look at the changing swell designs with Marilyn Rowe, reporting live from Coco Chanel's fashion show in New York City.
I'm Marilyn Rowe, reporting live from Coco Chanel fashion show. We have backstage access to the fashion show today. Here's this fashion before we start. These models are modeling the new nifty looks that have been invented due to the economic crisis. Fabrics are being used such as rayon instead of silk because silk has to be grown in a very specific climate, which makes it more expensive. Plastic is also being used to invent new materials such as elastic, which is used in swimsuits because it stretches to fit the body. Women also use the inspiration of today, such as actresses and royalty, to sew on new pieces to the existing clothing that they have because they can't afford to buy new clothing. So they use scraps and buttons and other accessories to add on to their existing looks. Design has also been affected in architecture and automobiles. This will be shown coming up in the automotive section of the Chicago Automotive Show with Floyd Rocco and at the Empire State Building in New York City with Audrey Shepard. Thank you. Back to you, Shirley.
Thanks, Marilyn. That was really interesting. I'll be sure to go grab those new designs right away. I didn't realize how much this economic depression was affecting design and fashion. Next, we have a grand story about automobiles from Floyd Rocco in Chicago.
Hello, this is Floyd Rocco reporting from the Chicago Automotive Show. The last decade has been a very innovative decade, but also a very slow one. Since the start of the 30s, the United States has suffered an economic blow. This economic depression affected many things, but superficially the depression slowed automotive sales. The slow in automotive sales influenced many things in the cars today, but in the process many workers lost their jobs. Many other Americans lost their jobs and struggled for money. Now, because Americans have become very stingy, automotive dealers had to attract new buyers, and thus came the cars we know today. The cars today are sexier than before. They are now sleek and curved like the woman's fashion these days. But even with the Empire State Building being finished, the U.S. was still pitted in an economic depression. Therefore, automobile makers pulled out the big guns, incorporating speed with the new body style. Speed combined with the body shape attracted many new buyers and set the standards for cars today. You might think that the big three automobiles makers incorporated the speed and bodywork of today, but it was the smaller independent car makers. You see, they needed the business, so they perfected their cars so they would sell, and the big three followed them. This is Floyd Rocco reporting live from the Chicago Auto Show. Back to you, Shirley.
Wow, that was great, Floyd. I didn't know about all those interesting car facts. I, for one, am a huge fan of those new models, and maybe once this disaster is over, more people will be able to afford to buy one. Now, on depression design, we will see how this depression is affecting architecture. Specifically, we will be taking a look at the Empire State Building with Audrey Shepard in New York City.
Thank you, Shirley, for that lovely introduction. Today I'm standing in front of the world's tallest building, the Empire State Building. Finished in just over 400 days, this building is a reminder to all Americans that even though we are going through this economic disaster, we can still create greatness. Construction on this building used over 3,000 workers, and to this day, over 15,000 office workers work in this building. Tourism has also had an effect on this building. About 10,000 people visit the Empire State Building per day, making the economy of New York increase. Me personally being on top of this building has given new height to my career. Reporting live from the Empire State Building, I'm Audrey Shepard. Back to you, Shirley.
Thanks a lot, Audrey, for that dandy coverage. That was our last story this time, but today we saw how much tragedy and distraught this depression is bringing. On a lighter note, we witnessed how through this slump there is still hope. Cheaper materials are being used and jobs are being created. We must believe we will pull through this because I sure do. Thanks for watching, and please join us next week on Depression Design. This is Shirley Templeson reporting live from SSVM News. Wow, Floyd, that was great. No, I messed up.
Making this building a success. Me personally being on top of this building has given new height to my career. Reporting live from the Empire State Building, I'm Audrey Shepard. Back to you, Shirley.
People will be able to afford one.
This building. Completed in just over 4 days.
Hello, this is Floyd Rocket reporting from the Chicago Automotive Show. The last decade has been a very innovative decade.
Great!
But
great.
also a very
Time
slow
traveler
one.
with an iPod! Great! Right there. Good job, Chris. You figured out time travel. Turn off the
Since
iPod.
the start of the 30s, the United States has